Hey guys, just here, recording another video for y'all, and I'm gonna be doing our day 2 of factoring quadratics. So I'm gonna start off with a little review over what we did in day 1, and then we're also gonna hit on a specific type special case for y'all. So without further ado, let me get rid of my ugly mug. Bye. And I want you to go ahead and pause the video and complete these 4 problems. Now, number 1. Remember, step 1, check for something to divide out. Okay, number 1, we have 1, 7, and 18. So nothing I can divide out. 1, it's done. Let's find our numbers. Multiplies to be negative 18, adds up to be 7. And the magic numbers here are negative 2 and 9. Negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. Negative 2 plus 9 is 7. Okay, put our wings out. And I would be starting off here with 1x. And I use my magic number, so minus 2 and plus 9. Let's put our wheels down. And 1, it's done. 1, it's done. And my 2 wheels always check. 1 times 1 is 1. So that's good. And I have my factored form. We have x minus 2 times x plus 9. All right, the second one. Check it. 2, 3, and 5. 2 is the smallest one. Only thing I can divide out is 1. So 1, it's done. Magic numbers. Remember, it's A times C that goes on top. So 2 times 3 is 6. And it adds up to 5. And my 2 magic numbers are 2 and 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, so put our wings out. Again, remember, we start with the 2x. Notice we don't have the exponent on that. And then we put our magic numbers in there. So plus 2 and plus 3. Need to put our wheels down because we need to land the plane. I can divide a 2 from both of those. I can only divide a 1 from both of those. And I check my wheels. 2 times 1 is 2. So that's good. And I just divide it out. So I'd get x plus 1 when I divide these 2 by 2. And dividing by 1 does not change anything. So I'd have 2x plus 3. Number 3. We have 4, 16, and 7. So 4. Nothing I can divide out. So 1, it's done. Look at my magic numbers. See, A times C. So 4 times 7 is 28. And adds up to be the B value, adds up to be 16. 2 magic numbers would be 2 and 14. 2 times 14 is 28. 2 plus 14 is 16. So let's put our wings out. They should both start with the 4m. Then we have the magic number. So plus 2 and plus 14. Look for what I can divide out. From this first one, I can divide both 4 and 2 by 2. From the second one, I can divide 4 and 14 by 2. I check my wheels. 2 times 2 is 4. So I know that's working out. Just make sure you divide it correctly. So this would be 2m plus 1 and 2m plus 7. Now, this last one is a little trickier than the rest because there is actually something you can divide out. And this is the first one that is like that. So if I do this one, 3, 30, and 72, I can divide all of those by 3. Boom. Well, this is going to change this problem. So now it's going to be 1p squared plus 10p plus 24. check it again. 1, it's done. Now, this 3 that I divided out at the very beginning, I'm going to go ahead, because I used to always forget this whenever I used to do these. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in front of my 2 parentheses right off the bat. Okay. Now, when it was just a 1, there's no reason to put a 1 in front, so that's why we didn't worry about that. But I actually divided something, I have to do that. Magic numbers multiplies to be 24, adds up to be 10. Remember, we're using this part now, okay? Not the old one. This is no longer relevant to us. So the magic numbers, 4 times 6 is 24, and 4 plus 6 is 10. So then I would have 1p plus 4 and 1p plus 6. Look for what I can divide out. Divide by 1. Divided by 1. 2 wheels. 1 times 1 is 1, so that's good. Just make sure you divide it out. So I have p plus 4 and p plus 6. So that's the first time we've actually seen one like that. So just be aware, you always do have to check. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead and pause the video and open up the worksheet that says Practice 8-7 Factor Quadratics Punchline Day 2, and I want you to complete that worksheet. Okay. Actually, you give me 1 second. I will make sure that you check the instructions on the Google Classroom assignment. I'm going to put on there which numbers that you're going to do from this worksheet. I can't pull it up at this very second while I'm recording, but it'll be on there. Okay. Then come back when you're done. All righty. We're going to talk about a specific shortcut called difference of squares today. Okay. Now, the problem looks like this. What I want you to notice is that it only has 2 terms. This is called difference of squares, so it's got to have subtraction right here. Okay, and an important thing, if we look at our general form, we have the ax squared, the bx, and the c. Well, I have the ax squared part, and I have the c part. It is missing this part. Okay, so if we were going to do this in a traditional manner, a is 36, b is gone, so it's 0, and c is -1. I'd start off, what can I divide out? 1, it's done. Multiplies to be 36, -36, adds up to be 0. My numbers are -6 and 6. Now we put our wheels out, so I'd have 36 b plus 6, 36 b minus 6. Could I divide out? Can divide by 6. I can divide by 6, and 6 times 6 is 36. And that's going to leave me with 6b plus 1 and 6b minus 1. Okay. The problem with difference of squares, like these types of problems, is that you end up getting some rather large values that you would put on the top, okay, when you're multiplying your a and c together, and it makes it kind of hard to figure out your magic numbers. So it is nice to have this shortcut and to use this shortcut, okay, and I'm going to show you as we go through these, I'm going to show you the shortcut method, okay. I personally do not do the traditional airplane method whenever I see difference of squares. So let's look at 4 of these together. So let's look at this one. We have 25n squared minus 9. Now again, you still do have to check the first part. What can I divide out? Smallest number's 9. Can't divide by 9 or 3, so 1, it's done. And I'm actually going to be able to go to my answer immediately. Okay, and I'm going to do this. One of these is going to be a plus sign. One of these is going to be a minus sign. For the first number, I'm going to square root it. So square root of 25n squared is 5n. So I start both of them with the 5n. Square root of 9 is 3. So I end them with a 3. As 1 plus 3, 1 minus 3. And that's it. I have it factored. Okay, the second one. Always check. See, 16, you can divide by 8, 4, 2, nothing I can divide out. 1, it's done. Okay, it's got the A and the C. These are both perfect squares, and it's different. So this is difference of squares. There's square root. Square root of 16n squared is 4n. So I start them both with 4n's. Remember, one's plus, one's minus. Square root of 49 is 7. Done. Okay, and it goes a lot quicker. I mean, think about if we were doing this problem, trying to do the x, you'd be dealing with, I got to get out a calculator, 16 times 49 multiplies to be negative 784, adds up to be 0. No thanks. Okay, I do not feel like trying to figure that one out. Okay, especially when there's this shortcut. Okay, let's look at a couple more. So for number 3 here, always check. Anything to divide out? No. 1, it's done. And this is difference of squares. Remember, one of them is plus, one of them is minus, and you square root these. Square root of 121x squared is 11x. Square root of 16 is 4. There we are. Number 4. Check for something to divide out. 1, it's done. One plus, one minus. Square root of 64m squared is 8m. So I start with 8m on both of them. Square root of 1 is 1. So plus 1 and minus 1. Okay. And if you did decide you wanted to double check and see if it actually did work, okay, if you were doing it correctly, if you made your 2x2 box, and you put your answer on the outside, it should end up giving you what you started with. Okay. I want you to go ahead and pause the video and try to do these two. All right, for number 5, we should have 13v plus 16 and 13v minus 16. For number 6, we should have 6p plus 13 and 6p minus 13. Okay. All right, here's your little homework assignment over this. Okay, to finish up your notes, I want you to pause the video and I want you to factor all 8 of those. All right, I'm going to start putting up the answers. Excuse me. This will be r plus 15, r minus 15. It's going to go down the line here. This will be 5r plus 6, 5r minus 6. This one will be 16x plus 3 and 16x minus 3. Number 13 would be 3m plus 1 and 3m minus 1. Okay, with these evens here, number 8, that's going to be 7r plus 11 and 7r minus 11. Number 10, that's going to be p plus 7 and p minus 7. Number 12, that is going to be 2v plus 13 and 2v minus 13. And number 14, that is going to be p plus 11 and p minus 11. Okay. All right, so make sure you have that worksheet done, and make sure you upload a picture of the notes from what we just did. Don't forget that. That way I know that you did take the notes and you did the homework problems that were from the notes. Y'all have a good day. And you can email me if you have any questions. All right. Bye-bye.